Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayh. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman katsiran katsira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, whatever race you belong, or clans, or tribes, we are one family of mankind. People like to be known, to belong to certain tribe, clans, groups. And they like to make clans and like to make tribes, groups. From one tribe they become many clans. They cannot do with one clan. Either they can become as one family of mankind. It is supremely or highly dislike to become one family of mankind. Everybody like to form their own groups, clans, tribes. So this has been the nature, and this nature has come into existence because everyone wants to have power. If you form another clan, then you'll be the leader of that clan. If you form another tribe, you become the leader of the tribe. If you make another country, you become the leader of that country. So there are many, there used to be only one party which all the Malays belong. Then they become two. UMNO and PAS. The PAS belong to those who think they are more Islamic than anybody else. They like to fight for the cause of Islam, to uphold Islam. So they say we do not want. They become the members of UMNO. We will form another party called Islamic Party. But actually, to uphold Islam and to make Islam superior than others are not actually the real reason as to why they form that party. People form another party, another group, another clans, another tribe is only because they want power. Now there is one boy, Allah has made him to become a minister. Then after that he loses that status and that power. Now he wants to make another party so that he will become prime minister with him only as a member of parliament in the party. So his party is not registered. He was enraged, highly disappointed, and keep on striving to make the party to be accepted by ROS. But until now, the party is not registered yet. So they used to come from one party. Then when the party lose power, become three parties. another two party emerge. For what reason? Oh, they give so many reasons, which will be accepted by many. But actually, that reason is not true. All reasons, to uphold this, to create a unified nation, all this, to make country to become, to make the country to move forward to higher levels of achievement, and so on and so forth. It's all reasons created in order to disguise the very reason as to why the form of the party is to gain power. People love to have wealth and power. Either they have wealth first and then they will have power, or they have power first, then they will have wealth. But both these things, power and wealth, are things which of great affinity, to men. Men having great attraction to this, great love towards having power and wealth. Why it is so? Why should men have great affinity to love and power? Why men have great love towards having power and wealth? Because of their belief. Nothing else other than the wrong belief that to have power and wealth is to have success in this world, not in the hereafter. Definitely these people do not really believe in the hereafter if they say they believe. Because a person who really believe in the life of hereafter will not believe that success is in wealth and power. No, because there is no wealth and no power in the life to come. There's only good deeds. What matters in the life to come is only deeds. Either you have good deeds or you have evil deeds. That's all. But not in this world. People thinks. To have good deeds, evil deeds is immaterial. The most important thing is to have wealth and power. This belief, this wrong belief has been made to survive, to remain in existence for ages. As long as men are not able to come out from this wrong belief and wrong mindset, they will never be able to dislodge themselves from that evil deeds, which arises due to their extreme desire to have power and wealth. So the desire to have wealth and power give rise to evil deeds. That doesn't give rise to good deeds. Never, ever. All the evil deeds which arises in this world is due to this wrong belief and mindset, to have power and wealth. These are the devils. These are the foundation of all evil deeds. If people ask, what is the foundation of good deeds? Sama? Huh? They have taqwa, fear of Allah. Is the foundation of good deeds. But the foundation of all evil deeds is to have the love of power and wealth in our heart. Even person like all of you who will not be able to have power, because there's no reason as to why you can have power, because you are not in politics. Neither you are in politics, nor you belong to royal family, or you belong to the army. No? You become the general, army general, then you have the possibility of trying, the possibility of having power. You can do coup d'etat, like in Burma. What do you call it? Suyi. Aung San Suu Kyi, was deprived from power. Although he wins the election, democratic election in the 1990 or something, 92. He was deprived of the power. He was put in house arrest, for so long. The army took over. Then somehow or other they agree to have another election. Then Aung San Suu Kyi able to gain power and become, I don't know what become, but become somehow like Prime Minister of Burma. Then the recent election, he also win the election. the army chief took over the power with the reason that the election was fraud. So Aung San Suu Kyi again put to, I don't know, house arrest or unable to go about, propagating his party. This is how people gain power. Or you are the sons of a ruler. You become crown prince, like in Saudi now. The last sons of King Abdul Aziz, who is the first king of Saudi Arabia, he has many wives, not one as at a time, but many wives. Innumerable numbers of wives. And he have many sons. So he decided that the power should be inherited by his oldest son. At that time, who is the oldest, will inherit the power. So many have died, many have become king. The last, which is King Salman, the last progeny, the last sons of King Abdul Aziz. And after that, there is no more sons. So now, who will inherit the power? There is no more sons of King Abdul Aziz. So, the previous sons of King Abdul Aziz, the previous king, King Abdullah, have selected his son to become the crown prince. When he died, replaced by King Salman, King Salman appointed his own son to become the crown prince. And the previous crown prince is demoted and made to be in jail or something, accused of bribery, mismanagement or mishandling, reason to be made in order to put him in jail or in certain position which he will not be able to gain power. So when King Salman died, so these two person who is the crown prince surely will go into fight, into tussle, because both of them are rich, very rich. Who is the previous crown prince? Naya, is it? What's his name? He will fight with the son of the present king, King Salman. His name is Muhammad Salman. So fighting will go, and all fightings will go around the world. There is no one who stay calm if he is unable to have power. If he is having chance, he will strive hard, to be able to obtain the power. So these two crown princes are expected, and the quarrel have started already. The fight for power have started already between these two crown princes, and the world is to witness who is the one who will win. So Rasulullah SAW says in Hadith, that these two crown princes will fight, but they will not be able to have the power to rule over Mecca and Medina. The power to rule Mecca and Medina will be given to Mahdi, Imam Mahdi. So we wait and see how true. It is authentic hadith. So this struggle of power has gone on and on throughout centuries, throughout the ages, since time of immemorial. It means since the man's age has existed on this world. So that's why Allah says, O Adam and Eve, you go down to earth and have enmity between yourself. You go down to the earth and have enmity, hatred between you. So Allah knows. So we are living in a world with enmity towards each other due to our desire, aims to have power and wealth. Rashidi have no chance because he is not a prince, neither is army general, no he is entering any politics and become a leader of political party, so he keep quiet. But deep inside him, when there is chance, situation arises, he will also be in line with those who struggle for power. It is dormant. Anytime, anyone will have that desire, will flare up. Like Hitler, he came up. He was normal person, but when opportunities come, he he snatched the chances and became the ruler of Germany. Then he wanted to become the ruler of Europe. He conquered France, Germany. Then when he wanted to conquer Russia, he failed miserably. That was the beginning of his downfall. So many many terrorists. These people are actually terrorists too, because they kill many millions, not few only, millions. So in the pursuits of trying to get power, they have to kill many people. So all the agonies, suffering, is because of this desire which are embedded in the hearts of each and everyone in this world. So Allah say, go down and have enmity between you. So at the same time, everyone say we must have peace, but we thought taking out this wrong belief out of our hearts, we will never be able to have peace and happy. We will never be. If this wrong belief, to have power and wealth is the foundation of success, the pinnacle of success, a man will not be able to live in this world with peace and harmony and prosperity, which everyone in the entire world is wishing to have. They are talking one thing, they are doing another thing. They are preaching a better world. We will do this so that we'll have a better world. keep on continuing saying a better world, but a better world will never come, because everyone have the foundation of all evils. What is the foundation of all evil? The love towards these material things of this world, and the love towards power. The entire man should know these facts, but they simply ignore the fact. They're trying to close. They're trying to not telling the truth. They want power because they want to fight for justice and a better world. But actually, that's not the reason. The real reason, I want power and wealth, so that I will be praised, upheld as a victorious person, as Hitler, as many of the tyrants who ever come into being in this world. All are saying the good things but doing the wrong thing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the creator of man, He knows well before, at the time when Adam was to be placed in the world, He says, you go down to the world with enmity with each other. So enmity will never disappear. And what are the causes that we are having enmity towards each other? Nothing other than the wrong belief that we have cherished, that we have nourished in our heart. The wrong belief that wealth and power is a sign of success. As long as we continue to have this wrong belief, we will continue to have a world of hell. Now, the Taliban, they also invaded Afghanistan with the pretext of trying to uphold Islam. This is all nonsense. Nothing they want except power and wealth, which they think they'll become successful. They do not want Islam. Islam will never be upheld with that effort of theirs, the Taliban. They can never make Islam to become alive with having, to kill the non-believers whom they think the enemies of Islam. So when they think that the non-believers are the enemies of Islam, whole non-believers in the entire world, come into terror, come into worried when Taliban take over. After 20 years, Afghanistan was freed from Taliban. The Americans bombarded Iran in Afghanistan in 7 days. 7 days or not long. Just few missiles, long range. The Americans don't go and fight near. They just have weapon, a keyboard down in America. Boom, boom. They know everything, where the place. So the war, they win the war very fast. And similarly now, they leave it. After 20 years, they lost a lot of money to maintain Afghanistan, to be free from the Taliban. So they decide to leave and give back to Taliban. Now, everyone are not living with peace there. Everyone is trying to come out from Afghanistan. Those who are able, they will go to America and become Americans. There are many Afghanistan already in America from the previous war. There will be even more now. So we ran away. Our Sajjad ran away from Malaysia to Australia. Sehul, who has been charge of killing Atantuya. What's his name? Cyril. He's also have migrated to Australia. So the whole world is in turmoil. Now there is a call to help the Afghans, refugees, who went out to the desert and to Tajikistan or something, the neighboring place, the neighboring country. It is become a crisis in Afghanistan, in Burma, in Xinjiang, in China, Xinjiang. Why all these crises come into existence? Nothing because of the wrong belief that we have. This is a major issue. This actually is a great issue which has never been addressed by the entire mankind. They just simply trying to cover it up, as if they don't know the reason as to why we live in terror and agony. You just listen to my bayan. If you are not willing to take out this wrong belief from you, not only you, the rest of the world will continue to live in enmity with each other, and we will be living in enmity soon, also in the hereafter. But the only difference is that we cannot do anything there. No? We hate the devils who have made us to become deviated from the correct path, but we can't do. We hate our leaders who has made us become deviated in the life of this world, but we ask Allah so that they will be punished double to what punishment given to us, but it all will not be heard and entertained. The leaders, the followers, the devils, all have to go into the hellfire. And then you can't have enmity any longer. You can have now in this world, but at the end everyone will die. What's the use of having enmity? What is the use of having power and wealth? Things will never last. Have you seen anyone, who have power and wealth are able to live until today? No. All the great tyrants and those powerful kings and rich kings have died and passed. Similarly, the present rich king of Saudi, of Kuwait, will die. But people think we die, this now come my chance to struggle for power. I also have the belief that if I have power and wealth, I'll be successful. So that's the reason as to why Allah has ordered us to take out this wrong belief from our hearts. But it cannot be taken out only by saying. You have to obey the orders of Allah. Either you like it or you don't. The treatment is only known to Allah. He has created us. He knows how to make us to have peace and happiness, how to make us to be prosperous, how to make us to be able to live in this world with peace. No one knows other than Him. What I'm telling you is what Allah told in the Quran, as I understood the meaning of the Quran, as I understood what Allah wants, I'm delivering it to you. For you to have peace and happiness in this world and the hereafter, you have to obey the commandments of Allah, which Allah has revealed in His revealed book, the last of which is the Quran. For you to be able to understand, to practice all the orders which Allah has mentioned in the Quran, you need the belief towards Him. The belief towards Allah that He is your Lord, there is no God except Him. and He is the one who fulfill your needs. He is the one who is able to make you happy and to make you sad. Good and evils come from Him. Either evils or good, both come from His khazana, His treasure. Everything that we want in this world are stored in His treasure. He will give to whom He wants, either as a blessing or as a punishment. So we must have that belief. Before the belief in our heart, the stronger the belief, the more we become obedient to Lord. The lesser the belief, the lesser we will be able to obey Him. So we must have the level of Iman at least to the level which He is pleased. In other words, when we are able to achieve the level of Iman at least to the level which Allah is pleased, it means we have become the true believers, and our deeds has become the good deeds. So in other words, everyone should aim to become a true believer of the good deeds. Otherwise, we will never be able to enter paradise and to be saved from hellfire, and in this world we will never be able to have peace and happiness. So Allah says, I swear in the name of time, all men are at loss. Means all men are at loss. All men will not be able to have success unless in this world and hereafter, unless he become the true believers with the good deeds. This is a very small surah, 4 verses only. Wal asri innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihah wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw. So everyone need to become the true believer of the good deeds, at least to the minimum level. Without becoming the true believer, we surely will have evil deeds, and we surely will have agony and pain and horror in this world as well as in the hereafter. So think wisely. If we are to follow our desires wants wealth and power, nothing else. Those who have power and wealth, they have food to eat, they have house, to protect them from the sun and the rain. They have everything. They still want something else more than all the needs. Their needs are all being fulfilled by Allah, all these rich and tyrants. What more they want? They want as more wealth as possible and as powerful as possible. The king of the past like Karun, and the king like in the past like Pharaoh and Namrud, of similar nature. They have all the food, the house, everything they need to be able to live in this world. They are having, but they are not satisfied with that. We are not satisfied only to be able to live. If they ask the poor man like Rashidi, what do you want? I just want to be able to live with some, sufficient food to eat and a humble house to live. But once he is able to obtain that, he will need more. No, I will want more. Then his desire keep on accumulating, increasing, finally to become the king of the country, like Karun and like Namrud, like Shaddad. Then after that, want to become God. That's why the desire, if we are not to work to suppress it, to make it down, to become, instead of becoming our master, become our servant. We are able to control our desire. That's what Allah wants. We cannot make it extinct, we cannot kill it, but we have the power, with the permission of Allah, to suppress it. So once we let it go, we do not suppress, it will flare up. So it is a tussle in between able to suppress and not able to suppress. And we will be able to suppress our desire to have this, things which we think of benefit, able to give benefit to us, is the belief in Allah and the obedience to the orders of Allah. We must take out the love of this material thing out of our heart, out of our belief. And Allah has given us, the moment we recited the great kalima, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, that very moment comes the responsibility in the work which we need to do in order to be able to fulfill the right of reciting the kalima. And that work is the work of inviting people to Allah, or the work of inviting people to good, preventing people from evil, with the sacrifice. This is how the love of the world will come out. With the sacrifice of their own wealth and time and ego. And naturally, to do this work is a very, not only one person, almost all men are very reluctant to do it. Because the prerequisites of doing this work is to be able to sacrifice what they love, wealth and power. So they say, no. So if you become the type of person who are not willing to do this work, the love of this dunya and love of power will never come out from there. You will one day become devils. You will become not kingmaker, you will become the maker of people who will come out from them evil deeds, and you yourself will have evil deeds. The whole world will be inhibited by people with evil deeds, and at the end the world will be full with terror and restlessness. So you choose to become not a person who commit terror and evil deeds, a person who are able to produce good deeds which are accepted by Allah, or to become the true believer of the good deeds. You must be willing to suppress this desire of yours to have wealth and power. You must sacrifice your own time. The time which you want to use to acquire wealth and power, you use it to acquire iman. Spend time daily, minimum, not so much, 45 minutes to 1.5 hours, and spend in a month 3 days, 4 days, 5 days to work in the suburb of the towns of your country, and in a year you spend 4 months, 40 days, 20 with your own money and time. Go out in the whole country or in the whole world to do the work of gash and jawla, from person to person, from lane to lane, from villages to villages, from town to town, country and country to country, whole world. Then if everyone have decided to do this, and everyone in the world, woman or man, sick or healthy, rich or poor, then a time will come when everyone is able to take out that love towards power and wealth from their heart, replace the love towards Allah and the orders of Allah. And when this happens, the whole world will be filled with people with good deeds, and naturally, consequently, the result of that, we will have world of peace and happiness in this world and also in the hereafter. So that is the reason why we are made to become a man. That's the reason as to why we are made to live in this world, to be able to take out that love. Even in paradise, Hawa having desire to live in the world, in the paradise forever. So Satan had knew that this man loved the world. So how to make them disobey Allah's orders? I will tell them, Allah prohibit you from eating the fruits of this tree only because Allah do not want you to live in this paradise forever. Oh. So Hawa was trapped into the belief that the devils or the Iblis was telling the truth. It is not true. So she followed devils and asked her husband Adam to follow suit. So as a result, we live in this world. We still carry with us the love, the infinity towards worldly things. We still carry. It doesn't really. They are not being relinquished or being thrown out. We still remain, unless we, while living in this world, obey the orders of Allah. Obey the Quran. The first order of Allah is to recite the great kalima, and when we have recited the kalima, we must fulfill the right of reciting the kalima. We must do the work which will fulfill the right of reciting, and that work is that work which we currently are trying to avoid from doing. When we don't do that work, we will never be able to relinquish the love of dunya, the affinity toward this worldly thing from our heart. We will forever become a man of failure. This is the fountains of evils. The foundation of evil is to have affinity towards these worldly things, to have love. And everyone, as a woman, man, old, sick, young, all having affinity towards worldly things and power. If we don't listen to Allah, we don't obey to His orders, which are meant to get rid of these evil things from our heart, then we'll be, open to the rubbish done by the Iblis. We are only to blame ourselves, no one else, because we make the choice not to obey Allah. If we have unhappiness, in this world, we just have to blame ourselves, not God, not Allah. Allah has given us the revealed book, prophets, have shown us and have sent me also now, in the absence of prophet, to tell you the truth, and still you do not want. Then you have only to blame yourself. Don't blame others. Don't give reason. As the shaitan is my enemy. If no shaitan, I will not be like this. No. Shaitan has no power. Iblis has no power. It's we ourselves have made the choice. Like Hanzala. He made the choice to want dunya. I told him, you work part-time only. But he doesn't want to listen to me. He doesn't listen to Allah, doesn't want to listen to Muhammad, doesn't want to listen to me, who's still alive. Telling him, you just work part-time. No. I hate working part-time. I want full-time, so that I get that money. He was telling me, and you all, did you hear him telling me? Yeah. Now what happened to him now? When he entertained his affinity towards worldly thing, he's actually trying to accommodate to his desire, trying to have wealth, which is imbued, the desire which are imbued in each and every one of us. We are trying to play with it. It's a fire. It will burn you. So if you play with your desire of trying to have wealth and power, then you will be burned by that fire. You will become ashes, and you will not be able to come out. So the devil knows this, the shaitan and the Iblis knows this very, 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 very well. I will destroy them by showing them to have wealth and power is good. It's good for you. Yes, sure. As Hawa was succumbed to the words of Iblis. Similarly, Iblis continued saying, you must have wealth, power. You are poor now. No one respect you. you won't get honor. You will not get honor and grace if you don't have money. Have money. Work hard. Don't listen to Dr. Nasoha. Don't listen to him. Don't read his Quran. This is what the devil is saying. Don't listen to him. He's trying to fool you. He said to you that you don't need wealth. He wants to kill you. You need money. The shaitan Iblis came. You need money. You must work 8 hours a day. So then all his friends who are working with him is saying, how much you earn? Oh, so little you earn. You're a lazy bugger. We have 5,000, 6,000. You? Oh. Then he will say, I'm humiliated for having so little money. So no, I want to make more money now. I want to be at par with them, with the followers of devils. So I don't listen to Amir Saab with saying you must work part-time. You work only in the morning, that's all. In the afternoon you rest, or you do gash. How to do gash, how to go in the path of Allah, we have no time. And so we give excuse, I got no time. As if to give time for the worldly thing is ordered, is the order of Allah. No, it's not the order of Allah. Allah doesn't command us or orders us to give the fullest time. Only little time to fulfill our needs, that's about all. We don't need big house, we don't need lot of food. We need only little food and small house. I mean, as long as it can give us a space to sleep. We only have a small place to sleep. What is our real needs is Iman and good deeds. And in order to be able to do that, the love of dunya and wealth must be taken out from our heart. And to be able to do that, the first order of Allah, which Allah have given to us after reciting the kalma, nothing else than the order to sacrifice our time and wealth in the work of calling people to Allah, or in the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil, in the way Muhammad SAW, with the intention to please Allah. So don't think of I will do it. Do it now. Do it today. Don't say I will make next month or next year, I will change. It will never come. Do it now, after you have listened. I listen and I obey. That's how the principle is. If you say I will listen, I will obey some other time, it will never be. You will never obey. Until just about to die, and this is too late. Who knows when we will die? Nobody knows. We are healthy, we are smiling and giggling, but the time of death is very near. So while we are walking in the dark, someone hit our heads mistakenly, then we'll die. We drive a motor car or car, we involve in an accident and we die. We don't need to have COVID. We don't need to have sickness. Only when the time of death has come, we will come, no matter what condition. It will not be delayed even a minute. So make repentance to Allah. Start now. Okay.